Hello and welcome to the second race here at the Suzuka circuit in these Group 2 cars. Now for the starting grid for this race is a reverse grid from the previous race results. However, we have a couple of people up front who weren't in the previous race for different reasons. So on pole, we've got in the blue Nissan, we've got Sammy from America. And in second place we have Charlie Fraser making his debut in the Rei Sportscar series in a Honda. Next we have Pixteca, who had a pretty unfortunate race last time out, followed by Cyberstrike, who yet again had some misfortune after a couple of incidents, either on his own or with other drivers. The same goes for the Batmobile of Happy Hippie. Sixth place we've got Scanny Flick. Seventh place, Ulanger. Eighth place is Scuderia. Ninth place is Alex Sinclair. In 10th we've got Tyler, who finished 4th in the previous race on his debut. Meanwhile, also on their debut is Mako, who got a podium finish. And then rounding off the final two positions, we've got Bradders in his Lexus. And then finally, 13th place, after winning the opening race, is Sig Rezonico. So let's get going. So Sammy on pole here after missing the first race. Reminder that they have to use both the hard and medium compounds, so there has to be a mandatory pit stop. So Sammy in the 69 numbered Nissan. They'll get away soon. Now, we saw in the first race that the top six actually got a gap straight away, and I believe this is because of the chicane. So Sammy gets away, Charlie picks Cyber, Happy and Scanny, but if you go to Scanny, you'll see there's quite a big gap here behind his angle in 7th place. Meanwhile, if we go further back, we've got, that's Tyler really on the inside. I don't know if he lost control or if he's trying to lose a stick from Mako behind. Listen, Mako behind, there's already a battle. Mako, Bradders going into turn 1, can Bradder make the move? No, that's just not possible. If we go near the front again, Sammy seemed to be running well up front. Meanwhile, Charlie in his first race here in the series. Yeah, looking pretty smooth here as they go through the S's. Further up, and there's already been a crash. Let's see what's happened here to Cyber. And just a turn 1, just runs slightly too wide on the AstroTurf, and that AstroTurf is absolutely horrible. Happy Hippie made the exact same mistake, it seems. When you're on the AstroTurf or the grass there at turn 1, you have absolutely no grip. You have to just run wide and then come back on slowly. So let's just continue with the racing. So yeah, Scanny moved to the 4th, meanwhile Happy Hippie fell down the order. Just ahead of Tyler and Alex. So Alex really hounding the back, and will Alex go for the inside and hit too much of the grass? So I don't think that's going to be possible. It's quite clean up front, they're spreading out nicely. So these are the drivers who may not necessarily have the natural speed of some of the people who've been running the opening race, but they're still fantastic drivers, and with a lead up front they could be challenging for wins or the podium, not only in this race but as the season progresses and we move through other tracks. So we've got a race at Fuji, we've got some races at Tokyo, got some European races coming up as well. Oh, we've got a good battle here. So Happy Hippie is still defending from Alex. Meanwhile, Scuderia is having to defend from Happy Hippie as well. And as we go further back, I think there's a few cars side by side. Yeah, they are. So we've got Mako and Bradders. Can they make it here through the 130 yard? That is a very brave move there from Bradders, but he's run wide. I don't know if that's worked out for him. Oh, he's rejoined on the track. Oh, big slide there from Bradders. I don't think there was even any contact. He just seemed to get the rear loose, but he's got the position on Mako. Maybe controversially by running off the track, and there's more contact with Tyler. And Sig's getting involved now, and Mako, quite unfortunate though, seems to have lost out there to Sig and Bradders. So we've got Tyler, we've got Bradders on the outside, Sig on the inside, Mako on the outside. Oh, and there's big contact there. And now, who was that off? It was Bradders, I think. Tyler is still ahead here in 11th, Sig is in 12th. Sig's letting Bradders by. Now let's see what's happened here. We're going to go on board with Sig. So Bradders here in the slipstream of Tyler, Sig in the slipstream of Bradders, Mako all on his own. And just going into turn 1, Sig brakes slightly later than Tyler. Tyler goes into Bradders, and that's cost both of those drivers, and I finished first and second in the opening race. Sig then lets Brothers through as he felt he was at fault for that collision. Brothers now getting a bit loose, and we'll go back to the footage. If we go further up through, so in the midfield here, we've got a great battle here between Cyber and Scuderia. Can they make it through? Is that gonna work? Oh, that's a great move by from Scuderia, and somehow Cyber may have stayed on the track, but he may have stayed on the track, but that doesn't mean he's kept position, because I think Happy he might be able to go for it. No, he backed out of it. Oh, contact there I think between Alex and Hippie. Nothing too major though. Alex probably loses out a little bit actually. Well, this would be a fantastic move from Hippie if we can go on board with him and see if he can make anything of this. These two are close friends, and oh, Cyber's run wide, Can Alex actually even get by? No, so Cyber's falling down the order after starting in front. Oh, and that's even further down. Will he rejoin carefully? Well, yeah, everything's appointed him, but he has lost a lot of positions. There's just Bradders and Sigres and Nico behind him now. Further up front, so we've got Charlie in second, but who is leading? It is still Sammy, who's actually pulling away here. He's now got a sort of 2.5 second gap to Charlie. Pix seemingly on his own in third. Scanny having a good race in fourth, but closely followed by the Irish driver as Lander. Scuderia, Hippie and Alex Sinclair. And yeah, so no really close battles. Meanwhile, if we go further back, so what's happened here? So Cyber's lost out again, and also I think Sig's pitted. So we're going to go and watch this overtake. So a signal mistake. I think he has it pitted. Oh, that is a close move, almost off the track there from Brothers. Managers are somehow breaking time. I don't understand how that's happened. And Sig, yeah, he's pulled off into the pit, so he's pitted on lap 2. Now this should be a 16-lap race, so Sig started on the hard tyres. He's got 14 more laps. Will he be able to pull off a 2-stop strategy with the rest of the laps on medium? That would be really impressive if he can. So you can see there's a track map in the top right corner, and you can actually see Sig is now rejoining and coming into turn 1, but he's a good, probably about 17 seconds down on the field, but now he's got clean air, he'll have fresh medium, so he might be able to make some progress and undercut some of the cars ahead. But this is the closest battle on track right now. Scanny, Blango, Scuderia and Happy and We've got 3 Nissans and 1 Lexus there. Scuderia and Happy Hippie, that's very close. We're going to go on board actually with Happy Hippie. Oh, there we go. Seems as if Happy Hippie just lost out slightly, but Scuderia's made that's an uncharacteristic mistake. That's not a place that you'd really expect people to end up on the grass. But somehow he's kept the position, but maybe not for longer. Debbie wide, this could be a really good opportunity for Happy Hippie. We've already seen him move into 130R, and we saw a couple in the previous race, but it's very hard to make a clean move. It's also very unlikely that both have to make it through, and I think they both, almost, Scuderia's lost it, Is there contact? I can't see, where has Scuderia gone? We will watch that on the replay. I don't even know where his car went. Go on board. Oh, he's just too aggressive. Oh, so his car was so out of control that his car only got reset, so that's how he ended up falling back. But if he hadn't reset him, he would have been in the wall, possibly even crashing into Lando ahead. So all of that carnage now coming with Alex Sinclair to 6th. Mako into 7th. Now he's actually made some good progress, especially after he was actually last at one point on the opening lap with all the sort of carnage with him, Tyler, Sig and Brothers. So he's gone from 13th to 7th in the space of sort of 3 laps. Really pushing Alex now. I believe Alex is on the hard tyres. Mako, I'm not too sure about. His pace is seeming to be quite good though. but judging from race 1, his pace is so good. He could still be on the hard tyres, very loose there as he exits the Dunlop corner. Definitely one of the toughest corners on this track, because in medium tyres you can go so much quicker than you can on hard tyres, and you just want to get on the power, but you're just understeering wide. Too late for a move there, but wasn't even attempted. Meanwhile, let's go slightly further up in this battle for fourth. So these two have been pretty close here for the first 7 minutes of this race. And actually, Scani defends. Ooh. Very close between them, and Langer's run slightly wide, but not wide enough to make any progress, and that's Mako off the track. Tyler isn't able to get him, so Mako fortunate there that he hasn't lost any ground, but he's got to go back ahead, so he's still got that battle there between Scani and Langer. Scani to the inside. Can he defend this? If anything, that might be too late. I think Langer might be able to make this move around the outside of 130. Oh, big contact. Langer, they're both off. And they're both making this possibly more contact. No, Alex has got them both. That's really impressive from Alex. Let's watch that from his perspective. I mean, I thought that was going to be way more carnage than it ended up being. So Langer ended up on the curb, ran slightly wide into Scani. That's both of them off. Scani drops down to 6th position, I believe. Or is it 7th even with Mako? 6th. Mako unable to gain that position, at least just yet, but into turn 1 he is very close, as is Tyler. And that was rather going into the on lap 4. So he might be doing the 7th point to Sig. He also started on the hard tyres, so he has probably 12 laps remaining. And that on the 2 stops isn't as difficult as Sig stints. But Sig might be able to take the lead. Meanwhile, Ali, if we just go further back to here, you've got Scuderia in 10th, and Ali, yeah, so Sig is in 11th, and about 5 seconds of the Bradders who's just left the pits. Sig's best lap is a 50.3. Bradders is now on medium tyres, and in final position, seems like it's just been a really bad race for Tyler, and he is now in the back and making a pit stop. So we go to the front though, and this is a commanding performance from Sammy so far, and at the it's pretty equally commanding from Charlie. There's a massive gap here to 3rd position, the Mexican driver of Pixteca. So Pixteca defending, but if anything, he's defending it. Yeah, Alex was not that close behind him. Oh, almost contact with Alex, and Pix is getting all loose, and that's a free position for Alex. Alex moves to the 3rd position early on in this race. Pix down to 4th, Stefan might go to 5th. Meanwhile, Mako has now got past. Ooh, Mako's got past Scani with an aggressive move there, slightly on the grass, very slight contact. But well, it's paid off for him as he moves into 6th position. Further back, and seems like maybe a mistake for Happy Hippie. So being here just at the Dunlop curves, yeah. So I was just talking recently about the understeer that you can get here coming through that corner, especially if you're on hards. Don't know if he is on hards, but it's a tough corner nonetheless. We go back up to this, back to 4th and 5th. So there, they're really trying to get close to the curves on the outside, but you don't want to go too wide, because as what's happened on the opening lap, if you run onto the curve and then the AstroTurf, you run wide, or you lose control. It's very hard to recover from that. Langer making a little move on the inside to 130. This is the 2nd time in 2 laps. Last time, it's arguable if it paid off. This time, I think it has, but not for Pixteca. Pixteca's wide. Will he rejoin? Oh, big contact with Mako. Mako now Pix in the wall. That's really unfortunate for Pix. Spun around. We will catch that on replay from Mako's perspective. So Pix gave loads of room. Stefan did as well. Stefan being Langer, but just contacting Pix rejoined those contact with Mako, and that's Pix sent down the field. Taking ages to rejoin. Oh, that's even more unfortunate. Meanwhile, we've got Scuderia in the pits on lap 5, so he's had a really short stint on those hard tyres. Sig is now actually gaining some ground, so Sig's on the back of Happy. Sig has pitted. Happy hasn't. Meanwhile, at the front, we go at Sammy, and is that Charlie? Charlie's made a mistake. He's lost a lot of ground. Oh, it's coming through the final corner, so it's a tough acceleration zone. Just a slight bit of oversteer onto the grass. That is a spin, and that's an easier 2nd place that's sort of falling from his fingers. That doesn't make total sense, to be honest with you. Further back you can see Scani and Mako. Scani, oh, and he's got to try and re-overtake Scani, because he did overtake Scani at the hairpin, but in the mess that ensued there with Pix, Tekka and Langer, I believe Scani snuck through, so that's pretty good work there from Scani. The closest battle we actually have on track is between the two Irish drivers, both in Nissans. Oh, and Alex is loose, and that could be a really, really good opportunity for Langer, but I think he made the exact same mistake. And now we've got Mako here, and I think he could be the one to pounce. Can he make it on the inside? No. Oh, very slight contact. Neither driver really lost time though, so no harm there. Mako getting very loose at the exit of the hairpin, he's doing that quite a lot. He's quite aggressive there. I believe that he did it in second gear, meanwhile some other drivers will do that corner in first gear. As we pursue further back, we've got Tyler behind Scani, so I think Scani's made a mistake possibly, but Tyler joining, and that's an easy pass for Happy. I think Tyler's run further wide on the AstroTurf. Bradders can't pass because he's too far back, but Sig, who made that really early pit stop on lap 2, has now moved up into 8th position. Meanwhile, our leader, Sammy, is pitted on lap 6, so he started on medium tyres and got a really good gap. Be interesting to see where Charlie pits. I don't know if he started on the hards or mediums. Also, where is Sammy going to rejoin? So I think Sammy might rejoin ahead of Sig, even though Sig has had... Sig's just, you know, surely shown some really good pace at the start of this season after the demanding, fantastic win in race 1, and that's a good move there on Happy. But yes, Sammy's in 5th position, then we've got Scani in 6th and Sig in 7th, so this could be a really good opportunity to Sammy to get his first win in this GT Sport Championship. Sammy, not sure if he's doing the 1-stop or the 2-stop, and oh, and that's Carl. That's really unfortunate. So Mako has ended up involved in the incident. Sammy's trying to avoid and has also lost out, and that's lost Sammy a few seconds. Mako's really lost out. Mako down to 9th behind Bradders, which could be really crucial as this race progresses. Stefan not seemingly to be affected in 3rd position. Alex in 2nd and Charlie Fraser leading. So you can see there Charlie's lap times on the right hand side, so he was running some good 53s and 54s, but then he's made a couple of mistakes in the last couple of laps. His tyres might be dead, theoretically. Further back to Sig has now moved up to 4th, but he is on quite old mediums. Staying 5th, Happy 6th, Brad is 7th, ahead of Sammy in 8th. Is that an overtake that just happened? Oh, so it's just coming into the hairpin. So Sammy, who just pitted, Bradders, he wanted new tyres for a few laps, and Sammy, if anything, gets out of the way there of the British driver. Mako down to 9th, he was running well there, fighting for 3rd position with Langer. But yeah, that's a good 10 seconds loss, and there's a car off, I think. There's yellow flags. Oh, it's Charlie. Charlie's gone out of the lead. What's happening here? And there's, oh, contact between Alex and Charlie. Charlie's just spun around once, twice, 3 times. 1,080 degrees almost. And that is his race ruined. Well, the 2 Irish drivers of Alex and Langer both pit from their hard tyres. And that sadly now means that Sig has inherited the lead. Scani's in 2nd, 3rd is Bradders, 4th is Sammy, Mako is 5th, so Sammy and Mako both ended up going off the track on the previous lap. Charlie down to 6th and is still yet to pit, so I'd assume that he is on hard tyres, and they will be wearing thin pretty soon on. That's a good recent lap there from Scuderia on these new tyres at 52.1. Alex has rejoined in 8th position, meanwhile Langa has rejoined in 9th position. If we go up front though, and we've got almost side-by-side action here between Scani and Brothers. Scani doesn't necessarily defend. Brothers is outbraked himself quite heavily there. Will Scani get the undercut on the exit of the corner? No, Brothers seems to just have enough acceleration there. Scani has had a very long stint on his hard tyres. And the tyre difference are really showing, because even with the sort of incredibly early apex from Brothers, the traction of the medium seemed to just give him the edge as they went back up the hill. Oh, we got a car off and a Scuderia in his debut event, so he's racing Charlie here. Charlie goes to the inside of Spood, and oh, that's unfortunate. So contact between the two, Scuderia affected, and I believe that Charlie has some sort of mechanical problem, and that might be Charlie Fraser out of the race. So he was leading, but he will go wrong for Charlie. So the closest battle I have is between Alex and Langa, so these two have just pitted, and Langa's so close to the curb though. Can he make a move? No, that's definitely too far back. Two lovely liveries here. And yeah, so Charlie has actually now retired from the race due to technical problems. So we've got Mako here pursuing Sammy. So Mako is still on old hard tyres. He has yet to pit, meanwhile Sammy is on fresher tyres. If we just look at some of the strategies and potential contenders for the win, so here, Scani in 3rd position, which is absolutely fantastic from the debutant. He has yet to pit, and he still needs to use the medium tyres. Bradders has pitted once, and will surely have to pit for a new set of tyres, mediums or hards, I don't know, but there's 14 minutes remaining in this race, and Sig definitely needs to pit again. Mediums or hards, yet again, not too sure. He pitted on lap 2. He's on 7 laps on this new set of mediums though, so if he's managed to make these last 7 laps, he can surely make them last another 7 laps to the end of the race. Some fantastic tyre conservation there from the Italian. There's about a 5-second gap between Sig and Brothers. And with Sig's tyre wear conservation being as good as it seems, I do not expect that to really drop. However, it's probably more likely that he could make a mistake. So one mistake though for Sig, and the pressure really will be on. Brandon might be able to inherit the lead, and he does pit. So yes, he did make the 7 laps last on medium, so I'm assuming he'll go on mediums again, but that's 2-stop strategy. And here we've got Scani and Sammy. They're fighting into the chicane, fighting out of the chicane, side by side as they go into turn 1. Now, where will Sig rejoin relative to these lot? I'm assuming behind. Mako, you can see in the background, and is ready to gain on any crash that might occur. Sig rejoined just behind, so Sig and Alex, and Sig rejoins behind Alex, so you can see Alex there 3 seconds ahead, Langa 7th, so the Irish drivers have been split up there by the Italian. So we go further back up though, so here this is battle for 2nd, which is still potentially a battle for a podium, because Sammy might not pit again, and Scani's yet to pit entirely, I think. So Scani can keep this going, he could definitely get top 5, potentially even a podium with so many drivers having crashes early on in this race. Sammy's on the grass. Oh, that was so close to big contact there. And I think there's very slight contact there. Sammy on the inside, on the curb heavily, and that's a great opportunity for Mako. If we go on board with Mako, he seems, I think he's way too far, but oh, Sammy's in the middle of the track, contact with Mako. Mako going to the inside, that's a very late move overall, but it's worked for Mako. He stayed to the inside of the track. He didn't necessarily outbrake himself. It was an opportunistic move, and that is Mako into 3rd position. Seems like Sammy just left the door open slightly. And that's advantage to Mako. Good move. As we go further back, we haven't looked too far back in a while, but we've got the battle here between Tyler and Happy Hippie, both in black Lexuses. So Tyler started near the back after a really good result in race 1, but that seemed to have affected him and he's gone off the track again. when he's rejoined, but that's a potential battle with Happy Hippie lost. Meanwhile, the leader, Bradders V, is into the pits there on his mediums. He'll probably go into new medium. Scanny Flick is in as well, so he'll take the new medium tyres. So Alex leading this race. Will he pit again? Not too sure, but this is actually a legitimate battle for the lead here, because Alex might not have to pit again. Sig, I'm pretty sure, doesn't have to. Sammy in third, don't think has to pit again either, and Langer, I think, is able to make his tyres last. Bradders has rejoined in 6th position behind Scud, but ahead of Happy Hippie. So still, anyone really could win this. If Alex can just make his tyres last and hold off Sig for the next 10 minutes, it's definitely a tall order, but it is possible, especially if Sig has to make his tyres last in tyre 7 laps. Oh, Alex wide, Sig will go through. Does go through, so that is the lead inherited by Sig. Alex just a bit too under pressure, it seems. Ooh, that's not worked there for Alex. He tried a move. I don't even know if it was even his intention. It seemed almost like a mistake that looked almost like a overtaking attempt. That's how late of a braking attempt it was, I think. Just a small mistake though in total. As we go further back, so Scanny has pitted and he's rejoined ahead of Mako. So these two have had numerous battles just this race alone. Mako to the inside, no, that's not going to work, but there's contact between them. But Mako sticks behind. Oh, and there's a mistake for the driver in last position. Oh, Pix has ended up losing control. So just at the exit of Dunlop, just gone on the marbles, I think, and that's him in the wall. So Cyber is in 11th, half a lap up the road as well, just at the hairpin. So Pix having just a really unfortunate race after starting at the front. So further up in Scud has pitted from 6th position. Bradders in 5th, Alex in 4th. Bradders is actually catching Alex up at a rate of not so... Bradders has just had his outlap and he's on fresh mediums. Alex on very old tyres, I think possibly old mediums, but he has another 4 laps to go, I believe. So maybe Alex does have to pit. Might have to do the tyre equivalent to the splash and dash. So Sig's pulling away at the front now. He's got about an about 6-second lead over Sammy. So we've got Sig, Sammy, Langer, then we've got Alex and Bradders, Happy Hippie, Mako, Scanny, Tyler and Scuderia. So Mako got past Scanny at some point, now got past Hippie, a bit of contact. I think Happy just got a little bit loose at the exit of the hairpin, slow accelerated away, and Mako up in the 6th position after the incident earlier on in the race. Oh, Happy almost actually going off track there. Or did he? No, I don't think he did. And I think Sammy's made a mistake. He has, so this has been the place where so many drivers have made a mistake. I think Langer is actually off the track at the exit spoon 1. Sammy goes off at the exit spoon 2. Alex goes from 4th to 2nd, and Bradders goes from 5th to 3rd. Langer actually ends up only losing 1 position, but that is an entire 3 places more than Sammy. And any chance of a podium has surely now gone away, with Langer ahead, Bradders ahead, Sig ahead, and Mako catching him quickly. Alex is also ahead, but I think he is wearing his tyres out quite a lot. So we have about 7 laps remaining, which will be 4 more laps. So we'll have lap 13, lap 14, lap 15, and lap 16 to round off the race. So this is the closest battle on track, it's for second position. So Alex has pitted once, Brothers has pitted 2 times, but Alex pitted a long time ago. He only pitted the same lap as Langer. So who knows, maybe Alex and Langer both have to pit, maybe neither of them have to pit. We shall see in the remaining few laps. Using quite a bit of curve there, both of them. That is what you've got to do at Suzuka. You've got to be quick, and that's Alex slightly loose. Can Brothers take opportunity? He can take the opportunity. Goes around the outside there and into the inside of the track for the hairpin. So that's a couple of mistakes that Alex has made and let people by. So Sig got past, Brothers got past. Overall, Alex's pace has been good. Can his tyre wear conservation match as well? If it can, then he should have third place wrapped up. If not, he's going to have to pit again. If we just go slightly further back, so we've got Tyler in 8th position, Scuderia in 9th. Scuderia was sort of hit at the spoon curve earlier on. He lost about 10 seconds, I think. Meanwhile, Tyler's had a pretty quiet race since the opening few laps. But they find themselves pretty close now with the remaining 3.5 laps. And Alex does pit, so that is potentially a surprise. He was on mediums, might have been able to do a one-stop, but he just could not make those mediums last. They do wear incredibly quickly. Generally people can make them last about 6, maybe 7 laps if you're really good, as Sig is doing right now. Meanwhile, Langer, who put on the exact same lap as him earlier on, has actually not pitted, so Langer is actually now running in a legitimate 3rd position, but he's been hunted down by Mako. Mako got a podium in the opening race, and he is potentially going to get one now. Sammy is in 5th position. He could have been there running in 2nd or 3rd if it wasn't for a few sort of incidents. Ganny Flick in 6th has shown some good pace. He should be on new mediums here, hunting down here for 4th, 5th. But if not, we might just have to settle for 6th. So Alex is in 7th position after his pit stop. Definitely not the strategy he might have intended. Probably not ideal with considering that Langer is up ahead, but who knows, those medium tyres will have a massive pace advantage to old mediums or even old hards. We're talking 2, maybe 3 seconds. But probably the most crucial thing is just how safe it is and how much more likely you are to make a big mistake and spin out or go off the track on contacts. So the top 4 cars, so we've got Sig who's in a Honda, followed by Brothers in a Lexus, and Langer is in a Nissan, followed by another Honda. So the top 3 are actually 3 different manufacturers. Mako then changes that up a bit though, for 4th place for a Honda. Oh, can he make the move on the inside? And, oh, very late cut off it seemed with Langer. I thought Langer had the move done, to be honest with you. There's 2 laps remaining. Meanwhile, Sammy's gone off at the chicane. Sammy is now fallen back behind Alex and Scanny. So that's Scanny up to 5th, and if we go back up towards the front, Mako into turn 1. Langer on the outside. Oh, Langer can't. Oh, Langer somehow stayed on the track. That is impressive work, but it's not able to stay ahead of the Hungarian debutant. And someone else made a mistake. No, I think there was a battle going on there, but that's dissipated quickly. So Alex is down the back of Scanny, so Alex's new tyres should be working really well. He's had a good outlap there of a 49.3. Meanwhile, if we go to Scanny Flick, his previous time was a 54.2, so I mean it's not fully comparable because it's an outlap, but that's probably including about a 3-second advantage there for a lap if you take away the time gained through the lap starting at the pit exit. Alex right on the back of Scanny. So Sid has a comfortable lead of about 10 seconds over Brothers. Mako is in 3rd, about, again, another 10 seconds over Brothers, so it's pretty quiet up front. But then we've got Langer about 4 seconds here, ahead of the next two and slightly away from Scani. Alex moves up to 5th, so maybe his strategy of a late second stop is going to pay off for the Irishman. There's a mistake there, and Alex has moved in 4th place, and that is because Landa in the Nissan has actually made a big mistake. He's made the same mistake that Charlie did earlier on in this race, it seems. He just got onto the grass on the outside of the final side. Into the wall he goes, and that is 5 seconds lost. But more importantly, is 2 entire positions down from 4th to 6th, and Sammy is actually closing in here. As we go into the final lap of this race, we've got 45 seconds remaining. Yeah, this is definitely the final lap of this race. Sig will cross the line, unless there is something horribly wrong for the Honda driver. Might as well give the lead some attention. It's been a pretty quiet race for Sig, due to sort of probably since about the halfway mark, once everyone else pitted. But it's been a very, very, very quick race. So the fastest lap is 49.7, and other than that, it's been loads of 50s and 51s. Second place, we've got Brothers. Slightly slower than Sig, but a similar race as they both started from the back of the field. Mako's been involved in a lot of drama, some good overtakes though, moved into 3rd position. Alex is in 4th place, a few seconds here of Scani. Good races from both, as Alex's strategy, the late medium pit stop, has paid off for him. 6th place is in Landa. 7th Sammy, Scuderia 8th, but that might change very soon as that might change very soon as Sammy is only a second ahead of Scuderia. It's less than that now, though, almost touching. There's probably 1 or 2 tenths now that go through the lead, and Sig has crossed the line there for a fantastic double win here at the Suzuka road course. Bradders is in 2nd. I don't want to look too much at the leaders because we've got some great battles further back. Mako will cross the line in 3rd. Alex should cross the line in 4th. Scani is in 5th. Landa is in 6th. Oh, he's good. I think he's made it. Or has he? Has he braked too late? He's off the track. He's off the track. And Scuderia has moved in 7th. He got ahead of Sammy. We've got to watch this back from... So here, just 10 seconds ago, Scuderia on the inside of the 1-4R. Superb move there from the Dutch driver. Sat putting up into 7th, and then ahead. Landa's gone off at the final turn of the race, pretty much. He's made 2 mistakes in 2 laps. Scuderia goes from 8th to 6th in the space of 7 seconds almost. Sammy's gone up to 7th as well, so Langa, who could have been finishing in 3rd or 4th, has gone down to 8th place. Tyler in 9th. Happy to be in 10th, and then a lap down we got Cybershrike and Pixteca. Well, that has been the 2nd race at Suzuka Road Course. Hope you've enjoyed it. A lot of action, some overtakes, some crashes, and we had battles through the field, some great strategies. Happy in 10th place. We will see you next time at Fuji Speedway.